Hello again, and for today I have a brand new piece of content for you. But before I get into it, I got a little bit of housekeeping news. Sometime last week, I think it was May 20th, I found out I have my first backer on Subscribestar, so there will now be a brand new message attached to the end of every fucking commentary that I make from here on out. So get used to it. I am apparently a funded channel. Crazy at barely 100 subscribers, barely over anyway. So that's really all the housekeeping I have to go on today. But for this commentary, I thought I would delve into one of my least favorite kind of styles of argumentation, which is the I don't care argument. And the real reason as to why I hate the I don't care argument is because it's not an argument. When you say, I don't care, you're essentially saying, I have no interest in this fight. I have no camel to back, no dog to back. I essentially do not want to be involved in whatever the fuck's going on. And there's a big problem with that, in that you, as the person not caring, are essentially ceding ground to those who actually do. And if you have an opinion that differs from what is considered to be normal and you don't care, well, guess what? The people who don't care, or the people who care in the reverse direction to your values, your beliefs, your lifestyle, will make decisions that directly go against your interests. And this is essentially the whole problem with this argument. I mean, it just comes down to this ridiculous kind of libertarian nature of I don't care, therefore it's just going to go away, when it never goes away. This is essentially what happened with Gamergate. There are a lot of people now who are now entering the culture war on more of our side, who essentially are mad at the fact that they got something that they loved ruined, and now have to take interest in this fight that they, again, had no dog in, had no camel in. And now, essentially, they are starting on the back foot. They have this hill to climb as far as learning and understanding why people just decided to ruin all these franchises, and now it looks more like a conspiracy than what is actually the truth, because there's been so much time passed. There's been so many franchises ruined as a result of social justice and political correctness narratives getting involved in these things, and specifically also the diversity agenda. But the whole point of the I don't care argument is to try and absolve the person saying I don't care of the situation entirely. I remember not too long ago when the iDubbbz simp cuck debate was coming out because of his girlfriend's OnlyFans account and his ridiculously terrible video on that. And his whole argument was, I don't care that she's, being a degenerate. And I remember watching a quartering video where he's essentially saying, I don't care that he's acting like a simp. Well, it's like, first off, you both should care, For Ian, that's his girlfriend. And for Jeremy, that's someone who, could be helpful if he actually gave a shit about his own life. Someone who actually had a lot to say when he was making moral arguments against girls whoring online by being thoughts. And while you essentially saying I don't care, again, it's just you are destroying the foundation on which you are trying to build arguments on. You cannot say I don't care about a certain thing while you're trying to cover a situation, while you're trying to cover a story. You have to actually care, like, it's the whole point of making content in this style, is that if you don't care, people will fucking notice, and they will call you on your lack of passion and your lack of drive. And again, it just nakedly shows that you are a grifter and you are trying to monetize all of this online drama for your benefit. And if you have no position to take, then why are you making the argument in the first place? So I really am mystified when I see shit like this. I really don't understand what is the fucking point of saying I don't care in an out loud context. Because, again, it just shows that if you don't care, someone who isn't you will, and they will make decisions that actively go against your interests. And this might be a shorter commentary today, but I really just want to understand the nature of why someone would say this out loud. It really makes you look stupid when you say, yeah, that's a problem, but I don't care. Like, another one that I think I could bring up that was really bad was when fucking Gun Girl was going to that college and asking them about their trans people being allowed in the preferred pronoun bathroom or whatever. It really comes down to linguistically. I'm just kind of doing this off my head. And most of those guys were saying, oh yeah, I don't care. And fucking the tranny porn star herself, Lilith Lovett, fucking was like, yo, these guys are kings. They're so based because they don't care. It's like, again, you're not really making an argument. You're just saying, I don't want to get involved. I have no stake in this fight. I have no dog, no camel, what have you. And again, by saying I don't care, what is it saying? I don't want to get involved. I have no interest. I don't think this is going to come and bite me in the ass. And that's the problem of solving all these problems, is that if you don't care now, again, someone who isn't you will. And even worse, the problems will still be there. They will still be morphing and maybe even developing into something even fucking worse than what you initially had. And I think that's the real point of what I'm trying to drive home in this commentary, is that, you know, if you want to make strong arguments online, you really have to care. And by saying I don't care out loud for everyone to hear, it just dismisses you from the fucking conversation. And essentially, you will have nowhere to go, and you'll probably have to take up sides with people who you disagree with when it finally comes for you. So, in conclusion, I think this is all I really have to say about this whole I don't care style of argumentation. I think it is a genuine waste of time to say I don't care when you're trying to engage in particular subjects. I also think it is a huge waste of time for you to say I don't care, because in hindsight, if you get dragged into stuff like Gamergate, if you get dragged into the culture war, you're gonna wish that you cared fucking earlier. I mean, that was the whole point of Angry Joe getting really mad about Picard. It just seemed like, oh shit, I fucked up. I fucked up big time. And, you know, for a guy who used to care about everything and then not getting involved in Gamergate, and then years later, something that he actually genuinely loves, like Star Trek The Next Generation, gets ruined with the follow-up series, Star Trek Picard. I mean, come on, man. Like, you should know better. Like, if you don't care, then something you care about will be destroyed, especially if it's related to what you didn't care about initially. So it's like, you know, think with your heads, guys. This is really not hard stuff to get involved if you want to. And, you know, you can be involved even at the lowest level, which to me is the audience of any YouTube channel. That is like the base minimum that you could do. And so I will end by stating to the people who do not care, well, you better tread lightly, because at some point you're going to have to. Hello again, and I have very exciting news. I just found out on May 20th, 2020 that I have a paid subscriber, and so as a result of getting said paid subscriber, they personally get a shout out. So shout out to Waterfall Person at the $5 level for contributing to this channel, and I hope you hear this in all videos from here on out until there are more subscribers rolling in through Subscribestar. So thank you again.